Hello, what up guys? How you doing? It is Lasty here. Welcome today to a new episode of the FIFA 20 Ultimate Team Road to Glory. This is episode number 52. And in today's episode, we're going to be starting off by buying a couple of expensive players and adjusting our team. We're going to play some rivals in the middle to get used to that team. And we're going to open up some packs by doing some SBCs at the end of the episode. So I hope you do enjoy. If you do, hit me with a massive thumbs up button. I think we can get 2,500 likes on this episode. Very achievable goal. Hit me with a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're new. Click the notification bell so you never miss an upload. So you guys know what the squad is looking like, and we are going to attempt to just make a couple of changes because I've got some coins burning a hole in my pocket and I like to spend them because we sold St. Just basically and we're up to 163,000. So I've decided to go down the route of getting myself a blue Gareth Bale, which was, I think, 3,000 coins more than the gold Gareth Bale, so that's one of the reasons why I get the blue one. The other is, it looks a little bit cooler, and I think it might hold its value a little bit better. I'm not sure. Then I need to just quickly go to my club and free up a couple of coins, basically, just discarding a couple of worthless players, so that we had enough to buy the final player for the team, which is actually going to be a blue Luka Modric. Now, this means that I'm going to be switching back to the 4-4-2 because that is the formation that's worked best for me in the past. I see a lot of pros using it and a lot of good players using it. So, you know what? Why don't we try that? Now, it brings Moussa Sissoko out of the team. It brings Ousmane Dembele out of the team. Sissoko's great on this game, don't get me wrong. But what he is on this game is stiff. He's a bit more of a CDM type player, I think. And in the midfield, in a 4-4-2, I think it's quite vital to have a agile ball player. And that's why we've gone for Luka Modric for now. Other options could be the likes of Frenkie de Jong and stuff. But we didn't obviously have enough money to buy the inform Frenkie. And I don't know how. I reckon Modric is better than regular Frenkie de Jong. In my head, anyway. I don't know if he actually is or not. So we're going to try that. And it means that we've got, how rare is that, by the way, actually getting a shadow card. I don't know what they can do, make the drop rates higher, make the price range higher, I don't know. But it's so difficult to get some of the position changes and chemistry styles. I hope that's addressed at some point soon. But anyway, Guardiola is going to be my more defensive midfielder, the one that drops between the defenders. And then Modric is going to just have a little bit more freedom. Free roam, or maybe just balanced, whatever it is, but just obviously high agility, high dribbling stats, and I think he can do a job for us. At least I hope so anyway. And then Bale is just like a player I want to try out again, out wide in that 4-4-2. Maybe he can create some space, like pushing up that line, staying out wide, and then cutting inside on that left foot, that left peg. Yeah, so that's an option for us. So you saw what I was going to do in the 4-4-2 there. I've also adjusted our 4-2-3-1 formation as well, just in case we do decide to go back to that. But Griezmann's going to be out on one wing and Bale's out on the other. So that's why Bale's in with the rapid pace. Obviously, Ousmane was rapid as well. But we've still got him and he can still be like a super sub for us, which is pretty awesome. Super fast, crazy agile, like 4-star, 5-star player that can come on as a super sub. That should be amazing, right? So you just saw there the custom tactics that I'm going to be using in this 4-4-2. They are directly taken from FootWiz Lyrics, who's a pro player, of course, for Team FootWiz, and he was getting a lot of success from them, and a few other people in the community have been getting a lot of success from them, and that was before the patch, so whether or not these still work or are still very effective, I'm not sure. But it's something that we can try out, and I'll also create another, like I'll get rid of the 4-1-2-1-2 option in my custom tactics, and I'll make another 4-4-2, which is basically the custom tactics that I'm used to and that I have worked well for me in the past. And then we'll see what's better. And then I'll also keep an eye on the pro scene and see, like, if a lot of people are using 4-4-2, what custom tactics are they using? Because, you know, obviously, if they're pro at the game and they know what they're talking about, they know what they're doing, I kind of want my tactics to suit and follow that as well. So, yeah, like, shout out to the pros, actually. A lot of them are putting content out, and even if they didn't ever really do YouTube before, a lot of their videos are getting crazy views because people really do respect the word and trust the opinion of someone who is exceptional at this game. So yeah, like follow as many pros as you possibly can if you want the best advice for your custom tactics and stuff. Because you might ask me like, what are the custom tactics you're using, Tom? But at the end of the day, like, I'm a very average player, so I don't know if they'll help you or not, or if I'm just making up. Like, do I tell someone to get in behind, or do I tell them to stay forward or come back? I don't really know. I'm just sort of hitting and hoping, really. But we come away with a victory in our first game of the episode, which is good. It was a tough game, but we edged it, which, again, if we can edge results in the weekend league, even though the games could be tough, if we edge that victory every now and again, then that is going to be the difference between going like 14-10 and going 14-2, 14-3, who knows? But we go into another game, and I think it was fairly clear that this guy was pretty good at the game, but he was also someone which was attempting to get himself some German goals. And I think obviously for like the Ozil challenge that would have finished probably yesterday. Now, my opponent gets a first German goal here, and I've conceded that header from that quick free kick quite a few times. I very much need to make sure I manually move a defender in front of that. And if I get free kick opportunities there, instead of playing it short or trying to shoot, I should play a ball into the box like that, because I think that could be worthwhile. But we get our equalising goal here. Mbappe is the one to score it for us. Nice goal from him. And then some great dribbling and movement from Neymar. And a nice ball through from Mbappe. I thought he played it a bit wide, but we got there in the end over the defender, and we actually put ourselves 2-1 up. Nice one. So we're 2-1 up at half time. But look how lucky I am. Genuinely 2 shots on goal and 2 goals scored, whereas my opponent was kind of battering me. Now, he does push through and gets himself another goal, a nice goal actually, from Gnabry. I don't know why my goalkeeper doesn't quite get to that, but it was a solid finish. It looked very nice anyway. So he gets his second German goal. So we've helped him out a little bit, even if, he's earned them rather than us giving them to him. And then we actually end up scoring a third goal with Neymar right there. And we push through again to make this game 4-2. Griezmann's out wide. He just knocks it back. Luka Modric is there. And I think that's what Luka Modric can do over Sissoko or over Frankie de Jong. Like, he's got a little bit better shooting, and he had the curve and the whip behind that one to score a goal. And I mean, look at that. I feel genuinely terrible that all 4 shots we took went in the back of the net. So GG's to that guy. At least you got a couple of your German goals, I guess. But yeah, we somehow come away with a very lucky victory. Is that due to our formation? Are we now set up better to defend these barrages, not badges of attacks, these barrages of attacks from my opponents? Are we better set up for that now? Who knows? Anyway, we go into the next game right here. Very worried when I see a team like this. That's lots of good players. But after 3 minutes, we push through. And look at this. I get through. Bale's going to score. And Varane wipes him out. Gets a 3-minute red card. And I get myself a penalty. That's like the perfect start to this game, right? So obviously, what we're going to do is step up and... Oh, wait, no, we're not going to take a penalty because my opponent's just going to dashboard. In that situation, I've done it before as well. You don't want to take the red card, so you dashboard the game. But, like, you should probably... I don't know. If someone's earned themselves a penalty, I feel like the nice thing to do is just let them score it and get the win, and then you can dashboard and quit. But I have been there before where I'm just so ragey, where I just dashboard it in, like, this, yeah, you can't take your penalty now, and it's just a bit weird, really, isn't it? So something in my head going forwards is like, if I ever do that and I decide that I want to rage quit, at least either give him the goal or let him score the penalty or whatever before that happens, because he earned that penalty and you gave it away, and you get no difference from letting someone win as to just like quitting before they've scored, but they actually only get the draw, or the game doesn't count or whatever, does it? So either way, we're 1-0 up in this game, but we're up against another Neymar, and that Neymar literally runs through and kickoffs me after I scored. I just couldn't keep up with him, and so, again, somehow that goal's gone in. That is from that angle, going to the far post. That's beaten my Oblak twice now in this episode, so I'm hoping that's not an issue. And again, I think we concede from a similar angle, not quite, but a similar angle right towards the end of the game, end up losing it. This guy was a good opponent, had a couple of good super subs and stuff, and I mean, it was a super even game. It could have gone either way. I think a draw would have been a fair result, but hey, we've come away with a victory in a very unfair result kind of way today, so losing that one doesn't really matter too much. Still sitting at roughly my highest skill rating ever, like over 1450 is decent for me. If we can can push up to 1,500 and get into Division 3, that would be pretty cool just for like the next week's rewards. I don't know. But obviously we would have to get there and stay there. So then for the rest of this episode, I decided that, one, I'm going to open a bunch of bronze packs, see if we can get some bronze pack method going and earn some coins from that. The coins may not come right now, but knowing that we've got the Chinese Super League SBC, the Bundesliga SBC, if we were to get any players from those leagues, at least we'll be able to make coins on them. And then in the future, the players that we get from this bronze pack method, I think I did about 20k's worth of BPM and probably stacked another 100 players in my club or something, which is useful. And then obviously selling players like the Chinese Super League ones, because I'm not that bothered about that SBC right now. When a few more League SBCs come out, I might start doing that grind again like we did last year. But right now, I think I'm more set on taking the profit from these players, and we'll work towards it again at a later date. So I get Costume Party done, which was actually released on Halloween on Thursday night, as the rest of the content was actually pretty good. So we got two player SBCs, we got two puzzle SBCs, we got marquee matchups. It was pretty decent. Actually, there was a third puzzle SBC, which was for Tifos and stuff, which obviously I'm not really that bothered about. But from one of the SBCs here, we end up getting Spanish centre-back. It's going to be Mark Bartra. It's not a walkout or anything. It's just an 83 overall. He'll be useful for an SBC. He's tradable. Could sell him right now, but a lot of the time the market at the moment is so like down that we're in that gap, aren't we? Where a lot of players are worth absolutely nothing, and then you get up to like the Neymars. So or like the Salahs and the Sons, which are still really expensive. We get a nice expensive silver here, but you either have like Eder Militao, who's now 3k, or you have Sergio Ramos, who's 150k. Like there's the in between of that is like a long lay, or and there's just such a big gap. There's that middle ground gap. So I hope that we get some cool SBC players over the next few weeks, which cost somewhere between sort of 20 to 80k for some half decent players that aren't like top tier elite, but good enough to be better than the lower tier and that you want to bring into your squad. That would be my hopes and dreams for the next few weeks anyway, whilst we're still in this level where the player releases don't have to be like completely elite and cost you 1 million coins. They could just be good players. So we get boards again from the next SBC. This time we get French left back from Everton, which is going to be Digne. As my buddy AJ Free always says whenever we say the name Digne, like literally ever. But yeah, I mean, I don't think he actually looks that usable this year with the pace that he's got. But I guess he's somewhat well-rounded. What he is going to be for me is money. I'm going to be able to sell him for 5.5k a little bit later on, probably in tomorrow's episode or something. We're going to focus on marquee matchups now, and I was able to complete this again with just players from the club. I think there was only a couple of teams which required like a Leverkusen player or a Mönchengladbach player, and the rest of the teams were like fairly easy to do. By the way, on the Al Ittihad one, or the Saudi League one, should I say, in case I messed up the name of one of the teams, it says player ratings minimum silver. Don't let that fool you into just putting a bunch of silver players in. You just use low-rated discard value golds, because a lot of silvers are worth more than golds. So don't like rinse your club of all your good silvers that are worth more money. Just use the non-rated, like probably the untradable or lower-rated gold players, because it's minimum silver, not exactly silver. So bear that in mind, unless I messed up and it was exactly silver. I can't remember, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't. Anyway, from the first pack from marquee matchups, we don't get anything amazing. It's just going to be a rare gold, which is going to be Diaz. I don't really know who he is. I got a feeling I've got him as a duplicate, though. Yes, so I do just discard him. We check on, trying to sell the silvers or bronzes if they are from a popular league or if they're worth anything. I normally have a quick compare of the price and go from there. In the next pack, we get a slow, which is what I like to call it now. It's going to be boards. It's going to be Belgian goalkeeper, which is obviously going to be Casteels, because it wasn't a walkout, therefore it wasn't Courtois. Casteels is, again, like, he's an 83 that isn't really worth a whole bunch, so he can happily sit in the club, or I'll sell him at some point if I'm literally desperate for coins. And then, that was a rare mixed, I think. We now move on to the next pack. Hopefully we can get a slow moving pack once again. We can. And as you can see, that is going to be a Team of the Week player. player. It is a Colombian centre-back from La Liga, from Espanyol, which I stick in the club for now, and then I realised a little bit later on that he really isn't worth anything, isn't selling, so I think later on we probably just discard him for the 10,000 coins, because, I mean, in that pack we also get Gabriel Jesus, which is nice. I think there was a rare Chinese player as well, so that's good money from that pack right there. Next marquee matchups pack, we get nothing but a rare gold. This time it is going to be right wing from Real Madrid, Lucas Vazquez, who is one of the players that you can get from storylines from the level 30 season pass thing, which I think we'll probably get in like the next couple of episodes, because I'm literally like 1700 XP away, so I just need, at this point in time, I just need the Friday night weekly objectives to come out, which of course are out by the time you're watching this. We get Dutch CDM from Ajax, which is going to be daily blind, so we're getting some 83s, we're getting some boards, but they're just like the lower entry level ones, they're not the 85s, and of course they're not the walkouts, so I think actually we didn't do too bad, like considering marquee matchups and the daily SBCs were pretty cheap. They did offer out quite a lot of rares, so we've added some rare bronzes, added some rare silvers to the club, which is always nice, and then I'm just listing stuff up over and over again. You can see the things that are, like, these are duplicates or things that I thought I should sell, so I'll get rid of them in due course as well, but that is going to wrap things up for the episode. I'm liking the team. Obviously my wide players in the 4-4-2 aren't really getting me goals. You can see Bale and also Griezmann are not getting me goals, but they've both got a couple of assists in the games that they've played. I'm fine with that. Like I just hope that they do well. If they perform well for me in the weekend league and I'm enjoying them, I would have no reason to change them. However, you know what I'm like. The next episode will be, we sold Bale. You know, like, I'm sure that will happen at some point. It's all dependent on which players I end up wanting to bring into the team, what my coin balance is like at the time, and all of that good stuff. But yeah, this is going to wrap up the episode. Do me a massive favour, guys. Hit that thumbs up button. If we can hit the 2,500 likes, that would be awesome. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram. The links are down below. And of course, sub to the channel, click the notification bell, and most importantly, have a wonderful day. I will catch you later with another episode. Peace.